played there for a major or two. And the rest of the players just taking this very passively. That's going to be the perfect timing for that peak. 35 seconds, and juanflatroo just goes for the first kill here. Draken gets the quick trade. But they're still actually attempting this. Hampus will be stepping up. The problem is the crosshair is not even close to the head. But Spooka and Bob XD, they will be finding the respectable kills. And B side of control falls for the side of Johnny Speeds. And they're looking like they're on fire. Great play, sinnopsyy. Well, if that's the sole player, has to go for a ridiculous clutch. We already saw a shutdown coming out of juanflatroo that led to a cigarette break. Rest of the players, they're going to have a bit of a chiller time here. Minute 30 left. This is going to be a counter buy coming out of ITB. Scout will be doing the first portion of the damage. Doesn't quite hit the second player. This could be it. That's a little bit damage on the Spooky. But redstar with that frag opens up the scoreboard, and that's going to be huge. Another Molly 4. And that's the beautiful nade. Hampus will be taking a full blast of it. And Rolf finally comes out with a kill onto sinnopsyy, but that's going to be the one to lock it down. Spooky, 180 for the A main. Does a great job of it. And a smoke to clear it off. Redstar inside those smokes. If he walks out at the moment, that's just going to be Rolf to pick it up. keoz does get the trade here. It's a 2 versus 2. Rolf behind the boxes has to be a little bit careful. Smooya still posting towards the donut, and Bob XD shuts it down. Smooya not really finding a way to get into this round yet. Lane push coming out of Spook. A smoke to cover it off. And still just dancing in between the lines here. Beautiful frag coming out of sinnopsyy to drop down one of the players inside the smoke. Spooky almost comes out with a double, but it's gonna be juanflatroo to actually win that fight. Smooya steps up with an op kill. And this is starting to look like a lot better of a round, but the problem is Rolf did drop down juanflatroo. Smooya walks into that crosshair. He doesn't know that the player already pushed front pit. And that attempt for a catch from the backlines doesn't work out. sinnopsyy has to let that go. And a 4 versus 2 will be converted back into a 2 versus 2 with redstar inside the cave. He has to be a little bit careful, especially with the Molotov being used in about a second. That will be the first one in line. They still have an incendiary. Rolf. Tap to the face of sinnopsyy. Just a quick peek coming out of Hampus. Oh, the roster is looking a lot different at the moment. Redstar. With so many questions, how they lost a round like this. At least converts it back to a 1 versus 1, but just looking at the positioning coming out, Rolf. Even with low HP. We're fairly decent in a way. The only thing he has to do is just make sure he's not going to get on top of that bomb. Already going for the retake. First portion. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is actually going to happen. ITB! They go for the defuse right in front of their eyes. Rolf left speechless. On the server. Today, very silent. Spooky. Uses that Molotov to make sure that cave is going to be cleaned. The problem is he got the right idea. keoz will be the one to go down. sinnopsyy is here to get that trade. And a quick reply. Okay, you guys were just sleeping, sorry. A 1-man advantage and a great play coming out from the lane. That's going to be Hampus to get the quick trade on to redstar. Okay, boys. Okay, boys. I was just kidding. We're breaking the chat at the moment. 1 kill from the cross. sinnopsyy's not ready for the second one. That's a 3 kill for him. 19 health points left for Hampus. Smooya. Still looking for a way in. Carefully onto the side, but he's not going to stick it. That's the problem. Hampus. He might get a little bit crazy here. Smooya making so many steps at the moment. Oh, he's reading this incorrectly. Now he reads it correctly. And that's going to be the kill. But the problem is, he has the time. Oh, God, that came close. Hampus, if he plays a couple extra seconds, I think that's done. This is going to be Bob XD. It's just scaling from middle. Already with a lot of control. I'm not sure if he can actually sense the player on top of that smoke boost. That's going to be Spooka with a kill on the sinnopsyy. Quick trade coming out of juanflatroo. Hampus gets the kill inside that smoke. Give it a second one. Bob XD drops down keoz. And it seems like the second ITB, they get a lead. it's going to be turned around. Hampus with a triple on this round, and it works out to a T. It will be Hampus on the back off a player, but it's not going to be a contact. That's going to be Bob XD with the shot on the smooya. Bob, I think it's the second kill. A dual entry for him, and it's going to work out well as he drops best weapons of the server, actually. Keoz finally gets one with that MP9. And a nice catch for a second one as well. That's actually a good reaction coming out from that middle. The problem is juanflatroo. He has the right idea. The problem is the attempt. Redstar. And a 1 versus 3 sandwich between the players. Every single spot. Just sizzling with T's. Round. Sounding to turn for the side of Johnny Speeds, especially with that last kill. Yes. Sinnopsyy as an in-game leader. Interesting. Nice shot coming out of smooya to drop down Bob XD. Early advantage is needed. But that's a quick burn coming out of Hampus to burn down juanflatroo. Spooky comes out with the second kill on the keoz. And that's Drake, and to get the reply, but it's still a man advantage for the side of Johnny Speeds. They're just enjoying this round at the moment. Every single time. Into the breach comes close. Seems like Johnny Speeds just pulled it back. And this is going to be the 7th round for them. ITB CT side. Looking a little bit disorientated here. And yes, I'm finished. Finland for the Winland. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nobody's actually holding down the bomb. That's a win for ITB. What? In front of their eyes, they steal the round. And there's still a chance for a tie. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No.
Woo! Passa ne lajausmantai! Woo!
Steal the round. And there's still a
Sinnopsyy! Bravo, bre!
And it works out so well at the last possible time. He gets the plant. Wins the round for his team. And enjoys the show. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Dragon at least starts off the round with a kill. That's gonna be Hampus with 1 already. Some good entries. We were thinking about the fact of bringing this to a 5 at the moment. It seems to be the only one they can actually get because they haven't really got the trade so far. Bobex even finds the likes of redstar. Some very good entries coming in for the side of Johnny Speeds. Sinnopsyy finally answers back with 1. It took way too long. With a little bit of a dink onto Hampus. No utility to actually burn him over. A nice kill coming out of juanflatroo. Oh my god, he's a one-man army at the moment. 15 seconds left on the clock. He does have the kits, but he has to be quick. There's a double setup, and I think the time is done. 8 seconds left. Rolf goes for the peak. That's going to be the round for Johnny Speed. 7-5 at the gym a couple of days ago, so that was fun. Deagles trying to hold down the push. That's going to be keoz with the jumping shot on the Spooky. And we'll see if they can actually keep the dust. That's going to be the cross being pushed. Draken drops the likes of Sinnopsyy. And ITB really looking into stacking. Bob XD can drop the likes of keoz. That's going to be a couple of spam bullets already. 6 points of health. Just a bullet is going to be enough, but it's going to actually be enough for Royf as well. Already flirting with the idea of that bomb. Hampus catches one of the players, gets tagged down. That's will be smooya with the first kill. He needs to extend it for the second one. The problem is he can't. And they still actually have Sinnopsyy very deep inside middle here. This is going to be Spooky with Drake, and everybody's just setting up. If they don't clear this angle, that's going to be a big problem. Sinnopsyy will be... Wait a minute, I'm not entirely even sure what's happening. It's just a chaotic round at the moment. These trades coming left and right. It's a 1 versus 1 somehow, but the time runs out. Johnny Speeds, they make it a 10. Into the breach. What do you think about Simple at Falcons? I'm not entirely sure. The problem is he hasn't played for a year now, so that's gonna be wild to see his first game. Roll from lane. He's gonna let them pass by. Finally goes for the peek. sinnopsyy gets the kill onto him. Drake and misses a very important shot. That's not how it's supposed to go down, but he comes out with a double at the end. Another flick for him. A 2 versus 2. And this seems to be spooky with Bob XD. Getting a little bit closer towards the side. Redstar will be the first one to try to take down the CT pusher. A 1 versus 1. A quick rotation coming in. That nade is going to do nothing else, just attack damage. And Spooky tried to go for the bomb plant. Redstar takes that as a hint to go for the swing. And it works out for a round. 7 on the board. 3 rounds away into the breach. This will be juanflatroo. juanflatroo. With a kill already, keoz comes out for the second one. He's not gonna peek to the left side of it. That's a bit of a problem. Bob XD. Up to the likes of Flatroo. That's gonna be smooya with a kill onto Hampus. And sinnopsyy comes out with his own. And this is exactly what we're talking about. 18-9, 2 KD, but the problem is it doesn't really matter that much. smooya will be shutting him down. smooya. Drop to 20. One of the flats and the roofs. Wait a minute, getting absolutely sidelined by Rolf. That's a quick frag coming out of that. Happened so fast. It was like a race car in front of your eyes. And redstar with the dual door control. sinnopsyy will be finding the headshot on Rolf. Draken finally finds the lurk. That's gonna be the bomb drop down. Is this gonna be the round? Smoke to cover up the doors. Oh boy. This might be a little bit of a problem. 23 seconds left on the clock. That's going to be all the utility. Molotov on the other side of that smoke. They pick up the bomb. They get away with it. Oh my god! Of course it happens. 14 seconds left. And they've lost everything. Are you serious? Okay. MEDRK, I'm not going to answer that, but yeah. You're a bad boy. Bad boy. Draken. Holds on to the AK. That's going to be Bob XD with his own. Wait, casters can swear? What? We're human too? What the... Spooky just waited with the smoke. The second he's going to spot a player or get a whiff of that setup. And it's going to be La Smoke on the floor. Beautiful shot coming out of smooya already. A-side control being taken. keoz. Oh boy. That will be the double entry towards the A side. Johnny Speeds, they don't even know what hit them, except the bullets. sinnopsyy. I think they're looking into dropping every single weapon out of Johnny Speeds at the moment. Oh, Hampus. Joining the team, looking into converting the world around. Wait a minute, they do get a couple of respectable kills here. Are they going to go for a retake? We might see something here. It's going to be spooky to be dropped. For some reason, we're focused on redstar at the moment, even though we have a fight towards middle. But keoz wins the fight. Doesn't matter. A couple of the players survive. Rolf and Draken. Are they feeling this? Especially with smooya scaling on towards that corner. Draken, first kill in a while. Especially in front of him. Rolf will be smoking down the bomb, but it's a wrong angle. And is he going to go for some craziness here? Are we going to see some foolishness? Some Jaden Smith foolishness right here, especially with kill coming out of Rolf. That's going to be the 1-to-1 already on top of the bomb. They need to find the frag. Johnny Speeds are going to do the same. A steal in front of their eyes. A robbery mid-daylight. A map that both of the teams know how to play. Mirage, well, definitely both of the teams know how to play. Nice nade towards the long. sinnopsyy starts off the round with a kill onto Draken. Johnny Le Speeds. Johnny Le Pure. A kill onto Spooky, and juanflatroo stepping up with one as well. A lot of damage done. keoz very low in HP with sinnopsyy, and smooya with redstar. On the next episode of Counter-Strike. Molotovs throughout middle to make sure that they're gonna gain the control. A little bit damage down there at the start. Hampus actually comes out with the first kill. In-game leader showing the way. This is the way. In a while. ITB looking to reply. The problem is they're losing way too many players left and right. Finally, smooya comes out with a shot, but A side will be lost. That's going to be the control going for the side of the UKCS, if you want to call it that. Cross damage done towards Hampus. The kill coming out from keoz. Exactly what they needed. Middle control finally working for the side of JohnnySpeeds. The problem is they lose 8 control with it. A nice catch coming out of sinnopsyy. smooya gets that shot, and smooya alone with a shot to the stomach. It's done. 13-11. It gets close. Every single round out of regulation gets played. And I have to say, we might actually skip Mirage if Into the Breach can't really find... Or actually, sorry, it was JohnnySpeeds can find a way to get in here. It's going to be keoz to start off the round with a kill on the BubXD. smooya gets a couple of shots here. Make this happen for himself. This seems to be a very good start for the side of JohnnySpeeds. Actually holding it down with smooya and Hampus. They're actually starting to leave a little bit of a mark here. smooya. A triple to start it off. Rolf shuts it down with the last shot. And Into the Breach. Great stats on the board. Especially with those 3 kills from the pistol round. Caster, out of the game subject question, it's still early game. In the B&E team that made 3 back-to-back legend states on the major, how would you fix the team to be winners? To be honest, I wouldn't touch it. The problem is, who would you be bringing into that roster? You make it like an international roster that might just break the whole mood at that point. You guys are coming up with very tough questions. To be honest, I have no idea how you could actually go for a win fix at that point. The problem is just some regions to convert those players. You need to come up with new ones, and if you don't have them, you just don't have them. This will be getting a little bit closer towards the side. keoz is behind a pillar. Back of him will be shown. Has to be a little bit careful. He gets the first kill. If he can't actually fight for an next frag here, it's not going to happen. So, still a man advantage. BubXD drops him down. It's going to be smooya with the smoke drop onto Rolf. Oh boy. There it goes. The round gets a bit more silence at the moment. Silent. That's Draken with a shot onto smooya to get that reply. Quick trade. And A side seems to be the target again. That's going to be keoz to drop down the player behind a pillar. And sinnopsyy comes out with his own smooya. Beautiful reactions. It's a 2 versus 2. sinnopsyy is a little bit low on health. He has to be a little bit careful at the moment, especially with the push coming out. Nade. And a beautiful flash to play a couple of seconds. The bomb will be brought behind the cake, and the plant goes down. smooya. That nade. Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't a nade. That was a smoke. keoz. Reaction timing is going to be on point. That's going to be another player lost. smooya leaving his teammate in a 1 versus 2. And how can they start to reply into some of these rounds? Especially with the frags they're fighting so early. And a nice shutdown of a shot coming out of smooya. Exactly what they were looking for. Shots ringing throughout the server. Finally, flatroo gets the 1. It's going to be Hampus with 1 as well. redstar gets a couple. And from that 2 and 2, it gets converted into a 1 versus 2 with the bomb. Almost going down with 55 seconds. They have a lot of time to play around with here. Op shot from Draken connects onto smooya. Looking to still actually retake this. Wait a minute, he's actually just playing with the bomb, but he's not going to stick onto it. Op shot misses, and redstar ends the round with a 4K. Because what they're literally teaching for Into the Breach at the moment is that these spaces are always open. We can actually go for these again and again and again. It seems like we're not really getting that much of a fight. So, let's start to do some executions with them. Shot from smooya brings it back to a 4 versus 4. That's a beautiful way to open up the A side. keoz comes up with the second shot. That will be at least a reply from Hampus with the second one, but the problem is the trade is behind him. There we go. The best looking start in a while for Johnny Speeds. Gets absolutely turned around on his head. Even the in-game leader's double didn't really matter that much. Utility spent towards the side. This is just to pull out some kind of reaction. If they see Utility just blasting for that A main, they know there's a couple of more players out there. This time around, will be the execution coming in right now. juanflatroo finds the kill onto Drake, and that's going to be the AWPer dropped. Bob XD getting wrecked. Gets that one, but quick trade out of keoz. And every time you see a one-to-one trade on the T side, that's enough for them. Sinnopsyy comes out with 1 kill as well. Smooya gets dropped and feels like there's no CT defense coming up. Some very good rounds. Of course, 7 rounds on the board. We are getting to the end of the first half. Here we go. Off to a new round. Great catch out of juanflatroo. That's going to be redstar to help him out with the second kill. First attempt in a while that we've actually seen from Johnny Speeds to fight for the A main control behind the cake. It's not going to be a good time. Hampus does come up with the kill again. Hampus has been a force to reckon with. In-game leader definitely has been the right pick towards the team because he comes out with a double. Still fighting with that deagle. Tries to go for the A main holder. Sinnopsyy comes out with a double to bring it back to a man advantage. The problem is the HP. Smooya only with that 5-7, a couple of bullets per player or a shot to the face is going to be enough. Smooya holds. And we're getting closer to that point where some of the teammates, they have to go for some kind of information or even a play. On the T side, you always want to be in the leading hand. On the CT side, you want to be informed. You want to get that information. You want to play out the rounds to get the info needed, but that's not how you get it. A shot to the face, and that will be a player dropping down. Smooya not enjoying his life at the moment. I think it was Hampus on lurk. I'm not entirely sure who it was. Was just focusing on redstar so much. And Bob XD comes out with a kill. Wait a minute, Draken drops 1. That's going to be the bomb on the floor. 2 versus 2. And a quick trade again, but it's going to be Smooya to bring it to a 1 versus 1 with a couple of points of health. He has to be careful of the volley. Well, so close towards it. And from long, it seems like Rolf is going to go for the long game. Reading this round. And giving the space needed for Smooya to hang himself with that news. Now it's about the reads. And Smooya is not even going to attempt to plant the bomb. Just burn him. Throw him under the bus. Burn the witch! Alright, so let's go. A new round to be started with. And a couple of USP shots. juanflatroo just shots it down. keoz comes out with 1. It's going to be Smooya. Wings on that USP. Smooya booyah. 1 minute 20 left on the clock. Today I want to actually go for the A main play. It's going to be a flash. And a quick turnaround from it. Another peek coming out of Smooya. This is going to work out for them. This time around it seems like they actually want to fight for it. But Johnny Speeds are coming with some very good entries at the moment. This game is definitely not over yet. For a second there, we felt like this could be it, but no, Smooya only gets that 1, gets traded immediately. It's going to be red of the stars. Actually getting a kill here. $300 with the second one. Wait a minute, this is basically a 1 versus 1 on the side, but the problem is he doesn't know about it. Hampus is so far away. Redstar. The Bulgarian Chad. Trying to save that M4 for the next round. Getting absolutely demolished. Hampus finds the head. And a couple of good kills for juanflatroo out off the B main. A double. Could this be? I'm not going to say it to jinx it. Meanwhile, Johnny Speed's the same. They could actually still fight this back with 3 versus 4. Yeah, I've seen rounds like this work out before. To be honest, even with less. juanflatroo just dancing. BobXD finding the kill needed. Smooya trying to go for that double, but it's going to be Draken with the trade. You're seeing the utility actually bounce back from the other side, but it's just going to be a full run towards the site. Spooky brings it to a 1 versus 1, and juanflatroo will be the second one in line to push in through that smoke, but it's going to be ITB to win the round. Into the breach, they don't have a great economy here. JS, the same goes for them, but they still can't go for that buy. The early pick is not going to work out for one, but a double spray coming out of the Brit. He gets traded quickly by Draken. Nobody's using a hop on the server. Hampus has the side control, and this has to be Johnny Speed's understanding that they have it. Into the breach finally, getting a clear sign. juanflatroo gets the opener. That's a great frag to open up the side here. Redstar pushing first. A kill from the pillar. Another trade coming in from sinnopsyy. Is this going to be the retake needed? juanflatroo will be posting towards the connector. Draken left in a 1 versus 2. He has to go for the peak. juanflatroo shuts it down. 11 on the board. Johnny Speeds. Oh boy! In CS, that's a great way to open up the side. Good kills. There we go. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but okay, I'm gonna allow it. sinnopsyy gets the early kill onto Hampus. That's gonna be the quick trade, Draken trade. And smooya comes out with a couple of shots here. It's the first player. Draken is going to be chased down, and a 3 versus 2 with the players actually rotating towards the B side. Drop coming in from the canals. And that's the smoke to give away the information. The full rotation coming up. That's going to be water control. A 2-player push towards the table. And I'm not entirely sure what's happening at the moment, but smooya may be going for a little bit too much there. It's going to be Rolf to drop him down. A 2 versus 2 and a beautiful flash towards the connector. And that's another frag for the side of Rolf. They might actually bring this to an 8. Redstar left in an uncomfortable spot. If he could Molotov it, that's enough. I think that's done. They have to go for the swing. Both of the players, the bomb planted in front of him. And that's going to be the push for the first one. He knows exactly where BobXD is. 10 seconds for that defuse. It's done. He doesn't have the kids. But oh, he does. I think he clutched it. It's going to be 12 on a board into the bridge. Son of beep in the beach. Ah, that's a funny one. Simple but funny. Hampus. First pick. Shot to the body. Smooya. Drops a X. That's actually Rolf through the smoke, finding a very good frag. But the man advantage still for the side, off into the breach, especially with the push coming out of keoz. That is a great play. And Rolf, with his teammate, left alone to push in towards that A side. If they could convert this frag into a clean one, this is actually still doable. With the bomb down, a 2 versus 3 on this position is actually doable. I'd say it. But sinnopsyy, he might have different ideas. This could be it. We don't have a music for the winners, but you're about to see the hype in the chat in about a second. If sinnopsyy, Kosovo for the win, behind the cake. The first kill, he's still not going down. Finding out Rolf, and he's playing this to perfection with a double at the end. And it's going to be ITB continuing the game throughout the upper bracket against, I actually forgot against who, but another team that won earlier today. So that's a great play out of the